Papa Squat, coming at ya. Um, for people who are new, because I had somebody comment about, like, what did I live under a rock growing up? Do I not know this music? And yeah, basically I did. I was born in '69 and grew up, born and raised about a block from where I was born, in my hometown of Burlington, Wisconsin. And it was a town of about, not, it was probably 8,000 people when I was growing up. I think it's maybe 10 or 12,000 now. Maybe it's even a little bit more, but not a big town. I didn't know what a Jewish person was or Judaism until I was in high school, because one of the kids who was an ass was calling everything Jewish. He was like, "Oh, that's so Jewish," and one of the teachers finally, after I don't even know, I don't know if it was days or weeks, but she was like, "Listen, that's not an appropriate thing to say," and I don't know if he actually listened to her, but that was my explanation for what Jewish people were. I'd never heard of them. I know there were some in my hometown. I didn't learn that for years. We had two black kids in my hometown at the time. They were both they were brother and sister, and they had been adopted by a pastor and his wife in town. I mentioned a few weeks ago, the only other place in the area for a long, long time that there were any black people was in basically like a subdivision is what you would call it, that was out kind of a number of miles away near Lake Geneva and Burlington and, Elkhorn, that sort of thing, called Lake Ivanhoe, which is literally, it was built so black people could buy homes. But yeah, my hometown, not quite a lot of immigrants, Hispanic, Mexican immigrants, but beyond that, no, it was very, very vanilla and white, and we didn't have our nearest radio stations were things like out of Milwaukee, Racine, a little bit from Chicago, not as clear as you would think, it being only about an hour and a half, 2 hours away. So yeah, not a lot of variety in music, and even and I told this story previously. Even when I was in college in Madison, which was 87 to 9. Well, I didn't leave Madison until 2000. For a lot of that time, up until 2000-ish, there was no hip hop radio station in town. Nobody played any of this music unless it was the national chains that were only then just starting to come in, and things like Jack FM and iHeartRadio, and that stuff only started existing in the last maybe 20 years. So a lot of this I don't know. The only stuff I really know is some of the novelty stuff from early on, and probably the most popular of rap and hip hop groups of the 80s and 90s, really. Although I was exposed to a lot more hip hop once I got into college, because I was surrounded by people who loved it. Anyway, so I thought I'd explain that again because it's been a while. Today we've got a song someone recommended from the band Brownside. We've listened to another song from Brownside. This is a group that started in like '93 and is gone for a long, long time. They've got albums out from 93, 97, 99, 2006, 2008, 2016. So they continue to make music. This particular song is off of the 1999 album Payback, and this is called 13 Reasons. I have not listened to a second of it. It may even start playing an ad when I start, because I haven't played this in a while, or like gone to this page in a while, but it's been open for quite a while. And so let's blow up this page here. And again, this is Payback with 13 Reasons. It's just over 4 minutes.
Hey, yes, and these little mocosos were born to represent the raza.
Hey, man, I didn't get asked to. I was jumped into this motherfucker.
Right off the bat, it kind of sets up the story for the song, right? Like this is somebody who's part of a gang, Hispanic gang, the Raza. That's not a name of a gang. I know that. And and somebody else comes in. I don't know if it's supposed to be the same person or just another part of the story who says, I didn't have a choice about being in the gang. They just basically press ganged me into it. So, kind of interesting. Also, I assume biographical of some kind. Maybe it's sort of taking an overall picture of what their experience was like and distilling it into this song, but let's keep going. Good beat.
The 13th razón to be a sureño is hold your ground and put it down. In las calles where you live, let's get back to the 12th. In your mind, picture wealth, getting your slang on strong for your family and your health. We break dough while we roll up in this hustle game.
This really reminds me of Dr. Dre. And I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I think it does remind me of Dr. Dre, but it reminds me of anybody who has that, and I've referred to it before, that sort of relaxed, almost lazy sounding, pushing the edge of not being on the beat, but still just hits it, and it's just it's a good feeling because it's like, oh, this is relaxed, but it's still doing exactly what you want it to do. And I don't know who the main rapper is here, but it's very good.
Just for razones, I won't explain. Razón número 11 es algo que conocen. Unión entre pandillas.
The Spanish is great.
Some locals are with it, others choose to go broke. Respect for fuckers that call the gun smoke. Hell yeah, you know the deal. Let's always keep it real. Keep razón número 10, back your fucking steel.
Yeah, thinking about it, I almost think Spanish is a better language for rapping because it seems much more fluid than English certainly is, which has a lot of hard letters, and I don't know. I know Spanish has very similar words, but it just seems much more fluid to me. Maybe I'm crazy.
Cause they will catch you slip, where they will pop the clip. At least 13 razones are why these locals tripping. Some stick you in the chest and go out the back door. Wicked from Brownside here to make you feel more. Some don't wanna hear it, or fuck it up and sing it. This is the way it should be done, is to remember where you from. One thing we know is we have calle control.
This could completely be done by Snoop Dogg. It has that same kind of, the beat is very similar to a Snoop Dogg song of this style. Kind of the style of his flow and of his rap in general is very much along these lines. It's very, very similar. And it just sort of dawned on me, and it's good.
Nothing but this curse, the Brownside curse. I break it down to number 9. This is one you keep on mind. Putting work to pay your dues. Remember, always roll with troops. No matter what you should be, something that we prove. Like running the cellas, as sureños power move. Breaking fools left and right. When I explain, it comes tight. Living life as pandilleros, catch you slipping, do you right? Some get to see the inside of this, don't participate. Razón número 7 is to get out.
I love the guy who's accenting with just a little bit of gruffness.
Tempers a hair trigger, that's why Papo's learn to fuck and duck. To leave the scene number 6 is for the fiend. Addicted like a clucker to this gangster dream. You see, what we do is jump into the net. And I'm bringing it real, so what you see is what you get. Number 5, never hide. You take it with you when you ride. In Spanish, it's orgullo. In English, they call it pride. Some don't wanna hear it, but fuck it, yo te enseño. The way it should be done is to remember where you're from. The one thing we know is we have calle control. While I think with this curse, the Brownside first. I'ma drop this last verse. Don't forget that I'm the first to bring the curse of pistolas on that super sport hearse. There's a couple more razones, but before I get to that, come on, know that all of us sureños never hesitate to snap. Just like that, now you know. Here comes number 4. It's surviving these streets, cause they stalk you hardcore. So watch them close, eventually they'll creep. And if I'm not mistaken, we're on reason number 3. Now you know all the rules, but this one makes you choose. It's a seed that gets planted and grows while you pay dues. Now who's down with their pride? Number 2 can't be denied, so I'ma let you putos know it's still the Brownside working. We don't hide nada like the rest of them chavalas. What we can't handle with words, loco, we handle with balas. The primera razón is to have corazón.
So the whole song has been very kind of flat. There hasn't been like a crescendo of any kind, and I kind of want there to be something like a heart to it, like a real, like some kind of hook, right? That's what it's missing, is a hook. It just is this story all the way through, and it's done very, very well. I don't want to take away from that at all, because we're nearly done with the song, and this is only kind of dawning on me now. Like, I want there to be something more, because I am liking this really well, and I would like to like it even more.
And if your hood's respected, ahí te haces cabrón.
Some don't wanna hear it, but fuck it, yo te enseño. The way it should be done is to remember where you're from. And we knows we have calle control. Alive with this curse, the Brownside body curves.
I really like it. Yeah, just a great beat that they've got going on there. Really fantastic beat. Like their voices, I like their performance, I like the way they rapped. I like the whole song. It's a good song. I want to like it more, and unfortunately it would need to be a different song for that to happen. Yeah, I like it. And what I really particularly like is that it has such a very Hispanic Mexican feel. Like, I love the accents coming through. I love that they're rapping in Spanish. I mean, it's really cool sounding, and it has its own kind of feel to it. Very, very unlike a lot of the other stuff we've listened to, and I like that. I think that's cool. I think every culture should represent itself in its art, and this is awesome. Even this picture that they're showing here is great, with like this cool step pyramid in the background, and then it looks like that must be the Mayan calendar in the background. Initially I thought it was graffiti on a wall, but no, it looks like that's probably the Mayan calendar. And yeah, and then these guys are standing up front in their I assume lowrider. I can't see. Yep, lowrider, and it's kind of hidden behind the logo of the name of the album. But yeah, it's great. I love it. I love it, and the name of the band is also great. So thanks for recommending this. I don't know if we'll do Brownside again for a while, but I will certainly look forward to it. Pop Squat, checking out. Please like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate it. I'm going to say good night. Have a good week. Bye.